Hi, I'm Lynn Miller from Straight Talk Writer, and here with me today is Alison Henderson, who is the founder of Moving Image Consulting. Welcome, Alison.
Hello. Thanks for having me on for this little chat.
You're welcome. I'm excited about our upcoming webinar and to help people kind of get a sense of what's going to happen or why it's important. I wanted to just talk about your specialty in body language and movement for sales leaders and speakers, and what are the common mistakes that they make?
Oh, that's a great broad question, but I really think that the biggest mistake most people make is that they squash their own natural speaking style. I hear it oftentimes that people are trying to emulate others that they see presenting or that they see in videos or online, and you can't become somebody else. You really have to discover what is true to your own communication style and let that come through in your video rather than trying to make it look like somebody else, because it's always going to come across as a little bit odd, or people are going to see that it's not really you, and then they're not going to follow you. You're going to be like, I put out all this content, but why is nobody following you? It's because they get a sense that it's not really you talking to them, that you're trying really hard to be something else.
Very interesting. Well, videos are pretty important when you're creating online courses. As a matter of fact, they can make or break them. So I'm hoping to clear up some confusion people might have about the best use of video for the people who are running the actual courses. We've talked about a mindset shift that needs to happen sometimes in the participants. What is a mindset shift that will help leaders communicate with more clarity and confidence?
Well, one mindset shift that I think is unique to what we're bringing to everyone this week is the idea of switching kind of from the purpose of the video, and many videos start that way, right? They say the purpose of this video is to blah, blah, blah. Well, if that isn't a big turnoff right from the beginning, because for one, if you didn't actually fulfill that purpose by the end of the video, because often we say that, but when we listen to it, we're like, oh, I really didn't actually say what I said I was going to say. Right. That they kind of turn off, or they don't believe you, or then they don't want to follow you further into the course. But if you really have your intention set for the video, what is the intention that I'm bringing, what is the knowledge that I have to share, will go a long way into connecting to that authentic piece that we just talked about. And so we're going to be talking about that mindset shift from purpose to intention, and from kind of the goal, because sometimes we really get stuck into the goal at the outset, at the end of the video, versus the action that you want them to take. Because the goal is really an end stop. Okay, the goal is to have them feel better about, or have more knowledge about XYZ, whatever it is that you're sharing. But you really need to have this idea that you want them to take the next course from you, or you want them to finish the course, or you want them to actually do the exercise that you are sharing in the video. So if you take it from that goal idea as well, I think that's the other piece, because goal is finite, but if you really put it into like this future piece of the action that you want them to take, it'll make a big difference. And it doesn't really change the content that much, but you're going to notice a shift in the way people respond.
Very interesting. And I think that intention, when I think about the word intention, I really start to think about the feeling, like what's the experience you want them to have, rather than what do you want them to do, because you don't have a lot of control over what they do. So,
right.
How you act is how they may act, and that intention is really useful. Now, I'm just going to speak a little telling on myself here and say that personally, videos just frighten me. I know this is hard to believe, but when I'm speaking on video, I find it a bit intimidating. And so people might be overwhelmed with the idea of making a video for a course. What do you suggest they do?
Well, it is intimidating because nobody likes to watch themselves on video. And when it comes to creating the course yourself, unless you have someone that is taking the videos and is editing them for you and is adding the subtitles and all of that for you, you're stuck listening to yourself and watching yourself over and over and over again while you're editing and adding the subtitles and all of that. And the more you watch it, the more you think, oh, I wish I'd said that, or oh, look at what I'm doing with my face, or why did I gesture that way? We are so critical of ourselves. So I think there really is only one way to get over that, and that is to do more videos, unfortunately, and watch yourself. Create lives. You go live on Facebook, give yourself a challenge to just show up live once or twice a week for 4 weeks before you go in to record your videos, to get used to talking to the camera, to get used to seeing yourself. And it will probably enlarge your audience as well, because when you're showing up, it's not going to be a bad thing. They're going to get to know you. And then you're also having the chance to experiment a little bit with that personality that then will show up on the videos themselves. Because when we're talking about being you, you need to figure out who that is. And really the only way to do that is creating those videos and having your friends, telling your posse that you're going to be coming on and asking them for feedback too. Say, did that feel like me? Did that feel like it was a genuine experience? Because when you talk about what is the experience you want to create, most people aren't thinking about that with their course. And I love that you bring that in from a content piece, is what is that experience that you want to create so that your course stands out, or your course has more traction and all the things that the courses are supposed to do. If we want it to 10 times our business, we need to set it up to do that from the start, rather than kind of throwing it out there and just hoping and praying, which is usually what happens. So I think it's just doing it as often as we can, or setting it up. If you don't want anybody else to see it, then you can even go into a Zoom room and record with just you, and then you can watch it. You don't have to have anybody else see it if you don't want to, if you need to start there with just getting used to watching yourself and see what it is that you do. Most people that I coach, honestly, don't have to make any massive changes to their body language. It's very few people that have what I would call tics or habits that are so egregious that you really need to concentrate on eradicating those. Most people just need to relax and have the passion for what it is that they do, and let that passion come forward.
That is great advice, Alison. I am so excited about our webinar coming up this week. It's on November 17th at 12:30, and it's called How to Easily Improve Your Online Course Videos. Alison and I are so excited, and we're going to give you some checklists to use and have a chance to maybe try a couple things. And are there any other tips you want to offer so that people are excited about coming?
Well, I think the one thing that we should say, when you get your ticket, you can send us a video that you would like us to coach. And we will be choosing from the ones that we receive, a couple to show and just give some pointers and some easy tweaks that you could go in and make. And it might not even be re-recording the video. It may be the how you have things coming up, even like your labeling within the video. I mean, it could be a lot of things. It's not that we're necessarily going to say you have to go back to the drawing board, but that live coaching, I mean, that's way worth the cost of our ticket. So we definitely want you to head over to the Eventbrite and get your ticket for a Wednesday. If for some reason you can't be there on Wednesday, we will record and send it to you. But again, you still need to have that ticket so that we know that you're interested.
So if I said Thursday by mistake, I apologize. I think it is Wednesday,
I
November.
don't think you did. Maybe you did.
You never know.
It's Wednesday, right?
Wednesday, November 17th, 12:30 to 1:30. It's going to be a lot of fun. Thank you, Allison, for your tips. I feel better already. I'm going to go practice. And
There you go.
see you on Wednesday.